afternoon. Happy hump day, like they say. And welcome to Live with Your Agent Luz. I am here every Wednesday at noon, sharing with you everything that has to do with real estate. And so today, actually, it's going to be a little bit personal today. Excuse me, as today I'm going to be sharing with you a little bit of my journey and why I joined, the backstory as to why I joined real estate, and decided to do it full time. But before we get to that, I want to let you know once again that if you have any questions, or any concerns or any topics that you would like us to cover or me to cover in my live, then definitely put it in the comments, as well as you can send me a private message and I will do that. We'll check it out and we'll, respond to you. Next week, we're actually going to have a lender on, one of my lenders, Gonzalo Gumoya from New American Funding. He's going to be with us talking to us about some of the loans, and that fun stuff. So you definitely don't want to miss that, and that's going to be next Wednesday and next Thursday. So um, let's talk about my journey. So you guys ready? So you're gonna hear it from the horse's mouth, like they say. Everywhere I go, especially when I talk to when I'm networking and talking to other people, they always ask me, why did I get into real estate, especially, now in 2022. And so I'm going to talk to you about that today. And I'm going to start with, in 2019. Now, before 2019, I actually had a desire to kind of get into real estate. But for those of you who do not know, some of you watching this do know, and a lot of you watching it don't know, but my husband has had now 10 heart attacks, and he's currently on a heart transplant list. So we got married in 2004, and we've gone through all that time. We've been married, praise the Lord, 17 years now, and throughout that time, he's experienced some heart issues. And so with all of that going on, my thought has always been just to have my job so that I could provide good health care for him. Um, Throughout this time, that's really what my priority was. So even though I kind of like had a hunch, kind of like behind in the back of my head, really enjoyed looking at, the option of being a real estate agent or getting into real estate. I didn't really like push forward to kind of get educated to see, what that would look like, because again, my priority was taking care of my husband, and making sure that he had a health care that he needed, at the time, and had a good federal job. So really wasn't thinking outside of that. But in 2019, the thought was coming a little bit more, on the front end of my head, like they say. And he had two heart attacks, one in March of 2019 and one in April. And so the heart attack that he had in April was the day before I delivered our third child. Um, and so it was a time where, it was really really rough for us. However, that second heart attack put him out as far as like working wise. So we lost that income, and so of course the after a few months of being a new mom for the third time, we thought about how were we going to replace that second income, to make sure that we had what we needed. Now, I was working as a medical technologist at the VA, and my income, they count your gross income, so my income was a little too much to get much assistance. So, we had to come up with a plan B. And so that's where I started thinking about, well, maybe I'll take I'll start really looking into this real estate thing. And so at the time, Long and Foster, they actually, I don't know if they actually do this anymore, but at the time, they were providing um, free real estate classes to veterans. And because I did serve in the Navy for 7 years, then I did qualify. So I went in and, got the class. Unfortunately, they give you 6 months to do it for free, which is more than enough time when you have that time. Hi, Javi. When you have that time. However, I did not, with a new baby, and then I had other issues. Unfortunately, I was not able to finish it on time, but I did decide that once I started it, I was not going to just not finish it. And so, one of my models in life is adapt and overcome. And so that's what I did. Unfortunately, I had to pay to finish it, but it took me a whole year, honestly. Um, and I get very hesitant when I talk about it because I almost get emotional. Now everyone has a backstory, right? And some backstories are just very simple to say. They just wanted a second income, or just we're looking for the love of real estate. Some of them, especially a lot of women, we go into real estate because of our families, or we want to spend more time with our children. And so that's part of kind of like my story, but it's a little bit more deeper than that. And so once I finally finished it, it took me a couple more months to get my license, and take the test and get my license. And then after that, wanted to find a brokerage that really worked for me in this process. And so I was a little bit scared at first because I didn't even know where to go. I thought you had to get interviewed. I didn't understand that when you're in real estate, you're actually interviewing the companies that you're going to work for. They're not necessarily interviewing you, you're interviewing them. And so me being that it had been a long time since I had gone into a interview. Of course, changing that mindset was kind of like difficult. And of course, when you do join real estate, it does cost a bit in the front end. So, keeping those things in mind, I was still working my full-time job, and still, my kids are still toddlers. My oldest one just turned 6, but the other two are still 4 and 2. Actually, my youngest one will turn 3 in April. So after I kind of started, I found a brokerage to work with, and kind of, started putting in my feet in, but I was only doing it part-time, and because I was working. And then I was working 4 to midnight, and that was a pretty rough shift because, getting home at 12, and then, going to bed like at 2, because, you don't really you don't really relax. As soon as you get home, I can't just hit the bed. I had to relax for a little bit, kind of wind down, and then go to sleep. So by the time I went to bed, and then, I'm up early with the kids, and then my son went to school, and then I had to get up really early to take him to school. And, by the time I came home, I was so exhausted because I was only running off 4 hours of sleep. I would go to sleep for another 3 hours to then get up and try to help my husband with the kids, get some time with the children, and then run other errands, to then pretty much go pick up my son because that's the only time I had with him, and then have to go to work and do it all over again. And during this process, my body started wearing out. Uh, Other things happened where I began to go into an acute depression, and I could not focus at work. And so I had to make some very some very rough decisions, very tough decisions, as far as like moving forward, with us financially moving forward, um, with the things that I had to do, not only for myself, not only for my family, but for myself as well. And so that is, I kept this going on for maybe like 6 months to a year. Things got a little bit rough, and it was a matter of either, I go ahead and jump in full time in real estate. I had already had some experience last year, so I got my license in January of 2021. And like I said, it was kind of rough to kind of get going and really do it really do it in at the level that I wanted to, because I just did not have the time. And so it was almost like, you know, I didn't want to like just waste all the energy and all the money that I had already spent to try to get this going. So um, I decided in about December of 2021 that the best decision was going to be just to leave my job at some point and do real estate full time, so that way I can have more time with my family. I can be there for my husband. He was able to get disability and on Medicare, so that helped us a whole lot to, kind of overcome that hump, to be worried about the health insurance for him, especially. And so this is where we are now. So then in January, I made the decision finally to jump, 2 feet into real estate. And, so far, doing good. For those who have been asking, it's all about perspective, and it's all about how much, you put into it. We do have a deal closing soon. So that is good. I haven't really posted about that too much. And God is blessing, and we are moving forward. So I just wanted to kind of share with you guys a little bit about that. And now you know why I do what I do. So if you have any questions, any comments, definitely let us know. Like I said, next week we're going to have a special guest with us. And, these lives are to share with you guys, like I said, everything about real estate that you should know, that I would like for you to know. And we will have more guests coming in the next month. So definitely stay tuned for that. And also, by the end of next week, I should also have my commercial designation. So if you're thinking about going into commercial real estate, hit me up, of course. And as always, share with your friends. And if there is anyone or you yourself are looking into buying or selling in the Richmond area, definitely give me a call or send me a message, and let me know what your thoughts are, and we can guide you in the correct path of home ownership, or selling your home, or whatever it is that you want to do with real estate as well. So that's a little bit about me and my backstory as to how I ended up doing real estate, and how am I here today in front of you guys. So that will be all for today. And I will see you guys next Wednesday at noon. This very same place. Your Agent Lou's page, or my Facebook page, and also on YouTube. So I know there are some of you watching on YouTube. Hi. But you can also find me as Your Agent on YouTube, Your Agent Luz on YouTube. And tomorrow we'll be doing this very same talk, and I will be doing it in Spanish, en español, for all the Spanish viewers. So if you have any friends who want to listen to it in Spanish, definitely tune in tomorrow for that at noon. So tomorrow will be in Spanish. And again, your Agent Luz here. You can find me at 804-964-4458 or at luz.baez@exprealty.com. So you guys take care. Have a blessed day, blessed weekend, and I will see you guys again next Wednesday.